A Category 5 cyclone, the largest possible, is set for a direct hit on Vanuatu's largest island, Santo, within the next hour, with hundreds already seeking shelter in evacuation centres. Cyclone Harold has been effectively stalled off Vanuatu's central islands for much of the past day, growing in strength and size as it slowly makes its way towards land. The cyclone is already causing widespread flooding, and those on the ground say things are going from bad to worse. World Vision's Kendra Derousseau is in Port Vila and joins me now. Good evening, Kendra. What is it looking like over there at the moment?
Good evening. Right now in Port Vila, it's relatively calm. It's starting to get dark. The rain and the wind are picking up, but it's nothing in comparison to what's happening in the north of the country.
So what is the expectation here? Obviously, Cyclone Pam was incredibly devastating. Is this one expected to hit with the same kind of force?
My understanding is that the body of Cyclone Harold is more compact, and so it won't have as wide-reaching of effects. However, it is a Category 5, and it is making a direct landfall on or very near to Vanuatu's second largest city, Luganville, and cutting a path across the central top portion of the country. So 1/3 of the entire population is likely to be highly affected.
Give us a bit of an idea about what kind of preparations have been underway. How are people getting ready for this?
Sure. The Vanuatu government has done a wonderful job preparing the people. Tropical Cyclone Pam has certainly taught all of us lots of lessons, and so the government has been issuing warnings through the National Disaster Management Office for several days now. They have been able to put out evacuation orders and adapt those in light of social distancing procedures due to the threat of COVID-19. They have been able to get people under shelter as much as possible and to strengthen houses and have people get in supplies ahead of the storm.
Yeah, so can you explain that to us in a bit more detail? What are the conditions of your lockdown at the moment, and how have they had to relax those, or how are they accommodating that in between dealing with a cyclone as well?
Sure. Vanuatu thus far is very fortunate not to have any confirmed COVID-19 cases, and the Vanuatu government has been taking the international situation extremely seriously. World Vision has been working with the National Disaster Management Office and the various cluster systems to keep across everything that's happening. And while the government is the only official source for COVID-19 data, they have put out public directives for strict social distancing, so no gatherings larger than 5. There's been a 9 p.m. curfew. Most essential services, all essential services are still open, but most non-essential services have been closed or significantly reduced to reduce transmission spread. However, the National Disaster Management Office put out some really excellent guidance from yesterday that social distancing guidelines would not apply for evacuation shelter because the immediate threat to life due to the cyclone is a stronger imperative than the potential threat of COVID-19, given that we do not yet have any cases here.
Kendra, how long before this is supposed to make landfall and hit with any kind of force?
So from my understanding and from the maps that the weather maps that the National Disaster Management Office has been putting out is it is currently making landfall on Luganville, the second largest city in the country, and passing over the island of Malo right now. These are highly populated areas that will be significantly affected. My World Vision team, I have 25 staff located there, and I am no longer able to contact them at this time.
That must be pretty scary and concerning.
Yeah, we're certainly very worried about them.
Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you for joining us. That is World Vision's Kendra Derousseau, who is, describing there this Category 5 cyclone that is hitting parts of Vanuatu right now. She has lost contact with staff members who are in the worst hit areas. All that amidst trying to deal with also a COVID-19 lockdown.